forever. So stop me and take my advice. I know you're here, Alex, somewhere.
Hey.
Did you have a good day today?
It was a wonderful day.
It was. Yeah, I get to spend the whole, I played hooky, pretty much. I spent the whole day with your younger sister. We did all sorts of stuff. Went bike riding, had a picnic, and Starbucks, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It was nice. 83 degrees today.
83 degrees.
Still snow everywhere. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty weird. Okay, so tonight, we've got that's a big deviation from what we normally do, I think. One, we're going to have a call-in show tonight, which is kind of cool. If the technology works out, Alex, are you listening?
Yeah, sorry. People are already calling. Guys, slow down.
Okay,
Let's wait till Gary gets on the show.
Okay. But so if this works okay, I'm sure it'll be a lot for Alex to handle. But if it works okay, we'll do more of it in the future, these call-in shows. But tonight we have Gary Spivey. I was not sure how to quite pronounce his name for some reason. And Gary is a world-renowned psychic, spiritual healer, if you believe in that kind of thing, even if you believe in psychics. Who knows? I've had a few experiences with psychics through the years that have kind of blown my mind. I've even had people come up to me and hand me things. Like one time, I hate to tell this story, it's kind of long, but hand me something, said this is from your grandfather, and you'll know what it means. Things like that. And it did make sense to me 100%. And it's just things like that kind of make you go, wow. I mean, there's no way we couldn't be psychic, right?
Oh, of course.
Our brain, we don't use any of our brain. None of it. We probably use like 2% of our brain. Some of us less.
Some of us none.
Or some of us like all of it, like 99%. It still doesn't get us very far. I'm one of those people, I think. Okay. But anyhow, so Gary will be in at the bottom of the hour, maybe a little earlier. If he comes in earlier and we get done earlier, I don't have too much stuff. But I want to warm our brains up a little bit tonight, Alex, and warm your brain up, I guess.
Okay,
right?
What do you got for me?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, take a guess, an educated guess, right? Don't eat any donuts during the show. Take an educated guess as to what percentage of animals that have existed on the earth since its inception, right? Was it 3 billion years ago? What's the percentage of animals that are currently on the planet? Percentage that have ever existed on Earth. Does that make sense?
The percentage of animals that are left?
Left here, yeah, that have once existed on Earth.
1%.
How did you know that? That's right.
What? I did something right?
Yeah, no, it's 1%. 99% of all the animals that have ever existed on Earth are now extinct. Which is crazy.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, and so we have 2.13 million species documented now. So times that number, times 99, right? And then how that would work. Yeah, and you'll get the amount of species that have been on the planet, which is like 180 million at one point, different species.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It really is. People don't have any conception really what even a million is. Like count a million pennies out. It'd take you how long?
Forever.
How long would it take you to count a million pennies out one by one? Be a while.
Million seconds.
Okay, out of that 1%, out of that 2.13, how many mammals do you think we know about? Mammals.
How many mammals?
Don't cheat.
100,000.
6,000. That's all that exists.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of
6,000 mammals, we're one of them. Humans are. But when you add up, all the fish, the invertebrates, the birds, like there are 11,000 bird species. Species. 11,000 reptiles.
11,000 reptiles.
But here's where it gets itchy. And this will lead right into my next little thing. There's 1.05 million different bug species. Yep. Crawling up your leg.
A million bug species, but there's only 6,000 mammals.
Yeah, they're crawling up your leg.
That's a lot of bugs for everyone.
Yep. What are you doing? You're just...
I'm sorry. Okay, guys, stop calling the number. We're not ready for you.
That's funny. You're getting calls.
Gary is not in the studio.
Oh, we should. Okay, let's take one we should just take a real quick one once for fun.
Okay.
I'm curious who's calling.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
Okay, don't then. Oh, wait, poor Alex. Oh my God, the pressure is on Alex. If everything goes to heck, it's no big deal. John Ayers will tease you for the next 10 years.
Probably.
He'll say things like, Alex, we should do a call. You should do a live call-in show.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes tonight.
Okay, have you ever heard of headlight injections?
Okay. So someone decided to call and hang up.
Have you ever would you quit giving me feedback on the phone?
I'm sorry.
Have you ever heard of a headlight injection?
A headlight injection?
Yeah, headlight injection.
Is this oh, okay.
It's not a joke.
It almost sounded like a medical operation.
It's a new danger thing that's happening all over. And everybody needs to know about it. Really, serious. Called headlight injections.
I'm trying to blank.
Okay. All right. So apparently under your headlight, because headlights are smart right now. Remember we talked about how headlights are now getting smart and anyhow, there is the thing called the CAN bus system, which is basically the central nervous system to your whole car. Under the headlight now. They had to put a CAN bus, plug into the central nervous system of your car on the headlights on most cars now. Or they're getting ready for the, it's got to be hooked to your computer. What a CAN bus system is. Okay. But that allows thieves to override the security system. So then they're plugging in something, they're taking your headlight out or some other trim off near the headlight. And of course, it didn't take them long to realize that CAN bus, system is right there.
So it's a back door.
It's the back door, yeah. So they call it a headlight injection. So if you get a headlight injection, your car gone. Isn't that nice? That's nice to know. Yeah. So anyhow, so that's how they can defeat the security system on your car. So thieves are pulling headlights off, sometimes bumpers and trim pieces away to get at this CAN bus. They learn, what cars they can get at easier. Yeah. Phillips screwdriver, bing, 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 and start your car up and away they go.
Well, there goes the Kelley Blue Book value.
There goes the Kelley Blue Book value on your 1993 Toyota. They could probably steal your Toyota with a screwdriver.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
Don't you think? I think so. Okay. Anyhow, so I was. Do you ever look at YouTube, like during the week? Or are you too tired to?
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
No, I know you're aware. Do you ever just like go into it though and start watching just random crap that comes up, pops up into your feed? So I had a bedbug feed pop into my feed. Bedbugs. I'm like, why did that pop into my feed? First off, but then I thought, I'll click it. Now what are you putting up? The number? Yeah, it works. What was that?
Nothing. I don't know. You just saw.
Oh my God, you're such a distraction. Alex, the distraction. Okay. So they tested all these. So if you get bed bugs, right, which you normally would get from traveling, you'd
Is that
stay
where
in a
you get them?
hotel.
You get them from a hotel.
You get them. Most people get them from traveling nowadays. Yeah, but back in the 50s, 1 out of 3 homes had bed bugs.
Ooh.
And they just lived with them. You know.
You just get used to them.
I guess. Yeah, you get used to them.
But you can kill them now, right?
Well, yeah, yeah. We'll get into that.
Okay.
So they tested all these different, every spray bomb, all the things you could buy for home use for bed bugs. They didn't work. They apparently only kill like 12% of the amount of bed bugs in your home. You're not even listening to me. It doesn't matter. We don't care if you're listening. Somebody's listening.
I got a lot going on behind the scenes.
Jody Simmons is listening to me. She's listening.
Jody's listening. Fasterman's listening.
Okay,
Joe's
that's good.
listening.
Anyhow, so don't go out and buy a bunch of those. You have to get the exterminators that heat your home to 220 degrees Fahrenheit. It costs big money. It's like $4,000 for an average home. They melt the crap out of everything in your house. You come home and your keyboard's melted. And that's pretty hot, 220 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that really is.
That's terrible.
That's Fahrenheit for our foreign listeners. But most people get them. But so they say when you check into a hotel, the first thing you want to do is the corners of the mattress, where those seams are in the mattress, where they like curl up. Look for little brown spots. That's poop, bed bug poop. If that happens, get the hell out of the room. If you do have a clean, a room that's clean, doesn't mean it's free of bed bugs. It may have just been infested. And they're saying, don't put your suitcase on the bed. If you really want to be safe, put it in the bathtub. Apparently, they have a hard time getting in the bathtub.
That would make sense. Yeah,
they have bed bugs have a very hard exoskeleton that doesn't allow them to climb up stuff too well. If it's slippery, like porcelain or fiberglass, but they can climb up poles really well. For some reason, they've adapted to climb straight up these like a bed leg. They're like what do you call it? Evolved to do that. And they find humans in. So that's what they do. What else? Oh, one thing that does work is dusting with the ground up diatoms. You know what those are? Those silicon little tiny little creatures that make up silica sand. It's like diatomaceous earth, they call it.
Diatomaceous earth?
Diatomaceous earth, yeah. And that apparently clings to them, and then they dehydrate really quick.
I heard if you eat the diatomaceous earth, you can get rid of parasites.
Correct. Yes, that is true. Yes, people sell it for that, but you got to get food grade. Don't buy bed bug grade. And once again, now you're getting into medical, aren't you? You just broke the rule. You broke the rule, the medical rule.
This is a joke. I am an idiot. Do not listen to my advice.
No, of course not. Yeah.
I am not condoning you to eat.
The other thing is they have bed bug traps that go under legs of beds and stuff.
Yeah.
They're cupped, so they go in and they can't really climb back up.
Yeah.
I'm itching. I'm literally itching now.
I know. Now I'm all itchy.
Enough of that crap. Okay. Anyhow, so enough of that. But now, the last thing I was going to tell you, 1 out of 1,000 homes in the U.S. has bed bugs.
That's it. It went down that far.
I don't know what the percentage is for hotels, but I'll bet you it's pretty high. Or somewhere in a hotel, one of the rooms has got bed bugs. Scary.
Have you done that? Have you found one in a hotel room?
No, I never have. And I can't say I've ever really, looked really hard either. So. Yeah,
it's now I'm all paranoid.
You're paranoid?
Another reason to never go anywhere.
All right. So next I'm going to turn my camera off, put up photo 1. It is the closest picture ever taken of Uranus. You're just sitting there just looking. Isn't that weird? Hello.
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
Isn't that weird?
Uranus.
The rings are amazing. The center looks, I don't know, it looks almost like glass.
Yeah, the center of Uranus has a great.
Oh my God. The center of my what?
The center of Uranus.
Uranus, yes. Uranus.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like a bad joke. Okay. No, I just thought it was interesting. It's science.
Because they didn't know that there was rings before. Is that the main takeaway?
I don't know. Yeah, they knew there were rings, but they never had a good look at them like
They never
this.
had good looks at the
Yeah, they're pretty
Uranus.
concise, pretty cool. And it just,
Yeah.
the actual planet definitely doesn't even look like you'd be able to, land on it. Certainly look at it.
So this
Looks
is the
like
most pristine shot of Uranus.
Yeah, the closest. Yeah, it's cool. It's 2 days old, dude. 3 days old, that photo. I thought some people would be interested in it.
I'm interested.
Okay. Kind of matches the blue blobs that are washing up on the California shore right now by the millions, literally in the millions. Did you hear about that? The blue blobs?
The blobs?
The blue blobs.
They're blue blobs that look like Uranus.
No. Well, I guess, yeah, probably do. Yeah, they kind of do. Okay, but they're not jellyfish. Do you know what they are?
They're jellyfish?
Oh, my God.
What are they? Are they organic?
They're called Vilela. They're they call them wind sailors.
They're wind sailors.
Yeah, wind sailors. They're just blobs. They're not jellyfish, but they're colonies of polyps. Kind of like the Portuguese man of war. Sort of
like the Portuguese man of war.
But the blue blobs are not poisonous. They feed on zooplankton, algae using their tentacles. They're not dangerous to humans. But I wonder if you could eat them.
That'd be cool.
Fry one up. I'd like to watch you try to fry a blue blob up. Taste it. Put a little adobo sauce on there. Or powder, a little spice, yeah. Anyhow, apparently they wash up. Okay, so now we're going to go right into, did you do this? And did you not? Pick out a couple of things that were the dumbest things that you could buy on Amazon. I want to see what you picked.
Okay, you want to see what I picked?
Yeah, I want to see what you picked. I want to see if I beat you.
Okay.
Because I would beat you by being dumber.
This is a tortilla blanket for like $11.
Tortilla blanket for $11. It looks like there's poop stains, bedbug poop stains all over it.
It really does. And this is a toilet light in any color you want. Oh,
that's the lid up. Okay, I thought those were the newels on beds.
Yeah, that's what the lid up.
Kind of an adult toy. Oh, I see. It's the lid up.
Yeah, you put it in your bowl. Come into a nice green lit up toilet in the middle of the night.
Yeah, toilet mood lighting.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of want one of those toilet lights.
You're coming to buy this after the show.
Yeah, I think I'll put in my. How much are those?
Oh, like
a range?
11.
Under 20.
There's a range. It's under 20,
Under 20, you can add a mood light to your toilet. I think it's a great idea. Oh, and it turns on automatically. It's got a pacifier sensor.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's brilliant. But I think I may have beat you. I don't know.
I beat you here. This is a pizza cutter bicycle.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty dumb. You drive your bike over the pizza then?
Yeah.
Okay. How much is that gem? It's under 20, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think this gem's like $11.
$11. Huh. I need a new pizza cutter. I have like a flat tire on my pizza cutter and it's wobbly. Do you know what I mean by wobbly?
Yeah, it needs two wheels. It's only got one.
No. It needs to be like smacked with a hammer to get the rivet tighter on the wheel.
Yeah.
It wobbles all over.
But you see, there's two knives here, so you get double the cutting power. In style.
Okay, all right, I like it. But that's good, not bad.
You're like, I want them all.
Okay, put up my photo 2.
Okay.
This is the electronic. Whenever you find it, it's the electronic yodeling pickle.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's definitely dumber than your toilet light.
That's a stocking stuffer.
Big time. I mean, just think how much fun that would be.
What
does it say? Yodel my what? What does it say?
Yodel my ooh.
Huh. So this is for somebody that's got everything. Get a yodeling pickle. All right, then there's photo 3, which I thought was really creepy. It is the animal squirrel finger toy hand puppet.
Super cool.
They call them the tiny hand doll props. Great thing to have a kid swallow.
Do some cool role playing.
Do not buy. Yeah. Whatever, Alex. It's getting a little personal there. Photo 3, I don't recommend buying the. And this calendar I thought was quite fitting, right? The Pooping Pooches 2023 calendar, which I thought our calendar is like a billion times better, from Timothy Wayne Williams, the artist, the Find the Bigfoot.
I know, but there's nobody that says you can't have both.
You could buy both, yeah. In fact, let's give away a couple of our Find the Bigfoot calendars.
Okay.
And the first person to vote for me for the dumbest gets to win a calendar. First person.
Oh, wow.
See how I do that? I buy my votes.
Let me guess.
No one's responded.
Let me guess. Abe Del Rio is going to win.
No, JD says I want the pickle. Well, I want the pickle, but yeah, I guess that's okay. All right. JD wins a calendar.
JD wins a calendar.
Yep. Doug wins. John Air wins a calendar. Oh, no, Chris Ryan. Oh, God. Everybody's winning. Okay, stop. All right, so it looks like who won? Tommy John. Let's give away a couple. So we'll go JD, Tommy John, and Pete H. Send your email to Alex, and we'll get you out a fine. It's a cool calendar for 2023. It's way better than Pooping Pooches. Alex is distracted. You can tell he gets quiet like a little kid. Okay. So put up, I've got more.
You've got lots.
Just dehydrated water. That's something everybody needs. Just add water and you have water.
It's genius.
Yeah, you can buy this on Amazon. Photo 6. These are quite interesting.
Take them out on a date.
Yeah, you pull your shoes off. Could you imagine someone pulling them? You can get them in all sorts of styles of animal paws. These are from Free and Fond, funny animal paw socks. Useful, right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, for the furry in your life.
But the next one is my favorite, bacon bandages.
For the injured person that can't get enough bacon.
Yeah, who wouldn't want bacon bandages? I have a feeling that their sales on all these products are going to go up tonight.
Yeah, and that's not just from me buying them.
No, or me. I'm going to buy a whole bunch of bacon.
You're going to buy a toilet bowl light and a pizza bicycle cutter.
And there's a couple more. There's number, this one, blinker fluid.
Yeah.
All heard the jokes.
For the mechanic in your life.
Got to change your blinker fluids.
Yeah.
It's low. So now you can buy it, max strength.
Mine goes out every time I go to my mechanic.
But think of the shipping on this. It'd be probably expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot of fluid.
Oh, the next one I thought was really creepy. The Handy Hand. Personal task appendage. What the frick? It says saves lives, it avoids germs. Could you just think about this? Somebody's using this.
Everyone needs a hand every once in a while.
Yeah. Is that it? No. Oh my God, the next one is Hide a Poo. Simply cover and go. 8-pack.
Think about it. You get free landscaping and you could take care of the issue.
Cover it and go. Your dog's business is my business, the guy says in the corner. I mean, these are real products that you can buy. That's what amazes me.
Yeah.
You wonder, do you sell any of these? And then the last one, I'm just thinking, there's actually a listing for this. It's a banana-shaped duck for your garden. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I need the duck banana for my garden. I don't know.
I love it.
You don't care. I'm going to get you that for housewarming.
I think it's art. I think everyone should buy it.
I'm going to buy you that for your housewarming.
Buy it in support of Untold Radio and send your pictures to Doug of you with the
duck banana. Yes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it'd be like the troll. Take them traveling with you and
make sure you give it 5 stars.
Pose next to him. Yeah.
And we're out of tchotchkes.
Enough of that crap. Okay. So let's do what time is it? Oh, we got to do our clips quick. And then we're going to bring Gary on whenever he's available.
All right, here we go.
So obviously the next thing is, hang on, Alex, don't put it up yet. This next thing was called a water monster. I saw it and I went, oh, this is really cool footage because it's just creepy. You know it's fake. And there's a reason I knew it was fake right away. Maybe people can put in the comments or in chat now or in the comments, why do you think this is fake? So run it. You don't need audio. But it's actually quite creepy. I don't know why. It just caught me as creepy. It's the way it's kind of moving its head right to left, right to left.
I think it's the tusks that give it away.
And the tusks are kind of weird. Yeah, it's just creepy.
They're too white.
To play it again. But there's something in the footage that is a dead giveaway why it's fake. And it's not the tusks. Got to get rid of that.
I know. There's a million pop-ups.
Maybe you can't even see it in here because your pop-up is always on. But okay, go back and I'll tell you when to just pause it right away in the beginning. Let's go all the way back. Pause. Oh, you just see the white shoe. The shoe popped up right behind his head. Back it up just a frame. You'll see his whole damn heel of his shoe.
Yeah.
See it? Yeah, there it is coming up. Yep, there it is. So that's the stuff I look at.
Man, take your shoes off.
If it wasn't for that, I might have gone, oh, yeah, you never know. There could be water monsters. What's us? I don't know. Anyhow, enough of that. Next one. Let's see. Here, do you want to do it? Yeah, it's kind of good. It's a story you need to have the audio on. Let her just tell the damn story. But it's a story about Alexa.
Please explain to me what just happened with, the device that listens in your kitchen. I didn't say anything out loud about taking a nap. I didn't text anybody. Nobody knew. Just me. I lay down on my couch to take a 10-minute snoozer, just a little nap. I never normally do this. This is not a routine thing. And she said, would you like me to play some soothing music to help you fall asleep? Please explain.
The reason I brought that up is because, Alexa is psychic. See, it's psychic tonight. Psychics. It's the theme. You see how I do this?
I see the theme.
How I segued from the psychic Alexa to...
I want Gary to play me soothing music when I fall asleep.
All right. It is creepy, though. You do hear a lot of creepy stories like that. You do. Yeah. I've heard them from friends, and I can't really recite one right now, but I've heard plenty of ones that were really creepy. So next one is Sound is Good. This is a black disc seen from an airplane, and it's quite interesting. I have vetted it. Do you believe it's real?
1-1, looking outside, it's kind of like a blackish, I'm going to call it like a container. You can't really tell, though, what the shape is. It's so small and you can't see it until you're so close. I'd honestly be worried about hitting it before you know it was there.
Now, I say that's one of the reasons I vetted it, because we saw a black disc, exactly the same black disc, on a flight from Minneapolis to New York. So there you go.
Hanging down below, but
All right, that's enough. That's some pretty loud audio, huh?
Yeah, they mean business.
Did you hear what I said? I said we saw a disc like that on a plane. I saw it with my dad on a plane from Minneapolis to New York.
How long ago was that?
Quite a long time ago. You know, I'm going
like
way
the same
back.
type of scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I was like 15, 14.
It must be wild to see a shot like that from someone else.
It was, and it followed the plane for quite a while. We got to look at it for quite a while, and finally it zipped off.
Did anyone start to panic?
No, we didn't tell anybody. We just looked at it.
Got it.
I believe I took a photo, and I believe I have a slide of it. I'll have to look for my slides. It's on one of those big reels.
Oh, cool. Big reel.
All right, so let's do clip 4. Audio, I think, is good. Yep, go ahead and play it.
What is that?
Don't you wish all tornadoes were like that night?
Yeah.
The guy just has to move his bike. That's it. Just move the bike. Have you ever seen a dust? You have not seen a dust devil yet, have you?
No.
You go down to southern Minnesota, sometimes on a day like today, you'll see them. I mean, there's quite a few of them, you know, over farm fields. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They get going and they get pretty big, and then they dissipate. So, kids, I used to, there was one we had by our house, and it was a dust devil day. There were dust devils all over at the park and the yard. Then I went and I made a parachute out of like an old hefty bag, tied string on it, and stuck the neighbor's G.I. Joe doll on it, threw it in the dust devil. It was the last time you ever saw that G.I. Joe. Okay, let's see here. Clip 5. Secretary bird. You got to see this thing. It's crazy. That's called the secretary bird. Alex isn't impressed. That's not a real snake.
That's not I thought that was real for a second.
No, it's not. Okay, next.
It's not a real snake.
No, clip 6 is probably the ugliest, you know, out of those 6,000 mammals. This has got to be the ugliest mammal. You know, I mean, it's very rare too, actually. They just confirmed they were alive again in 2023. So it's a rare animal, but it's uglier. It is a mammal. Look at this thing. It's called the lesser mole.
Is it blind?
The lesser mole rat, yeah. And you can see it has eyes, but they're like under its fat layer and under the fur.
Geez.
So their eyes are actually under the skin, and it only allows them to detect light. Like light and dark, that's it.
So weird.
They can't see. They're blind, you know. But they can see light and dark. That's it. Isn't that creepy?
Oh man, if I saw one of those in my house, I'm moving out.
Look at this. Dude, put him back up again. Come on, one more look at this.
One
dude.
more.
Make every other animal you ever see look cute. And I'd see yours. The sound is good on this. You got to listen to this thing. It hisses and makes sounds too. I think makes sounds. But these are found in like Ukraine, for instance.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. The last one just got a bomb dropped on it. Okay, enough of that. Jeez. But that was just confirmed to be alive again. You can imagine how they were eradicated, right? Just from ugliness.
I don't know. You think people would want them as house pets?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, hold on a second here. Okay, so clip 7. No, what did you go to?
Am I missing something?
Well, I was going to talk about clip 7, but it's okay.
Oh.
It's a cool story. Do you have clip 7?
Yeah.
But don't play the audio. I'll explain it. No,
Okay.
That's not clip 7.
I got clip 7, silver UFO. And I got another clip 7, murder case.
Yeah, that was the murder case. You can just play it, but I'll sound.
Okay.
I'll narrate whatever.
Okay.
So this was this case that was tried. So this lawyer, he really didn't have a lot, to go on this case because there's no body ever found. So his closing arguments, he tells this amazing story. And, I think this has been used before, but he's like, he wanted to put doubt in the jury's mind. So he goes, we don't even know if this person's dead. They could walk through the door any minute. Look, they could come through right now. And everybody looked at the door. The whole jury did. And then, flash forward to the verdict.
Yeah.
They convicted the guy. And they're like, and the lawyer asked the jury, like, what was the deal? Y'all looked at y'all. Look, y'all had doubt. You wouldn't have looked if you didn't have doubt in your mind, right? And you're supposed to, vote not guilty if there's any doubt. They said, yeah, we all had doubt, but your client didn't. He never looked at the door. So the jury discussed the fact that the suspect never looked at the door to see if the murder victim would walk through, so they convicted him.
Wow.
That's kind of freaky, isn't it? It backfired on the lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough of that. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm all confused. Like, sometimes here we go. So, clip 8. Real quick. It's just a big nope for me.
Okay. Got it.
You got clip 8?
Yeah. Well,
it's lions.
Does it sound good?
It's lions. Sound is fine, yeah. Yeah. This is just huge nope for me. Look at that. Look at the seat up front. They're just out in the open on the hood.
And he's just
play it again. I'm just like, what if
he's
they
not
decided?
even looking at him. He's looking at his phone.
I know, but
he looks bored.
I love these guys. They got more guts. Oh my God. Okay. Clip 9. Sound is clean. It's once again one of these sparking UFO groups. I'm really hoping somebody, submits some of their own of these. So literally a friend of mine just, him and his wife just saw some of these. Can have a sound is on. Put the sound on.
All right. I don't know what that was. This is me, Ramon. This is my Facebook. I'm in the middle of the road between Miami and Homestead, going south towards Homestead.
What are these, Alex?
A UAP.
Well, I know, but they're weird. Why are they just shooting sparks off? For what reason?
I don't know.
And they'll do that for hours, literally. Yeah. So you can still say they're drones. Okay. Clip 10, the last one, is kind of blows my mind just how people don't react to this. So clip 10, put the sound on. It's good. Nobody reacts to it. It's like, I don't care. I mean, I'd be running. Listen to the sound this thing's make. He's looking. He don't care.
He looks like, whatever.
He's not picking his pace up.
He's like, I got to get to the
gym. The whole street could literally blow. I mean, there could be a natural gas leak under the road, under the street. Just watch. Nobody does nothing. I think some lady walks by. Jeez.
They're backing up a little bit.
Look at this lady. Just like, whatever. Oh my God, that just kills me. That's how people react. That's scary. when you react that calm,
Yeah.
that kind of sound and stuff going on, you know there's something on fire and you can't see where it is. You don't know. Anyhow. So that's clip 10. So, let's take a quick break. I think you've got a little commercial that you can play.
Yeah.
Show your support for the Untold Radio Network family of shows and join in on the conversation by using super stickers and super chats on YouTube. Got a question you want answered? Ask it live via a super chat and get real-time responses from our shows, knowledgeable hosts, and guests. Help keep the Untold Radio Network shows running strong. We need your support. Send your super chats and stickers now.
I like that. What?
So we're just waiting for Gary. We're probably about 2 minutes out.
Okay, that's fine.
His assistant's in touch with me, so.
Oh, good. Okay.
He's coming. I'm excited to have him on tonight.
Well, let's do something weird. Let's take a quick intermission for a minute. 1 minute intermission, and then we'll come back. Let's do that. Do you have something you can run? Huh?
Yeah.
What are you going to run?
Something.
Something. You have no idea.
All right, Doug. Gary's in the back room. We should introduce him on. I'm super excited. If we haven't lost him, Doug. Hey there, Doug. This got weird. There you are. All right.
Do you want to put that phone number up?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
And you can put some comments up. Yeah, I need to grab some Powerade. I did. That's what I did, actually. I went and got some. I got some Powerade. I forgot my little mini cup.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. How can I do that? I'll have to drink it out of the bottle. I'll have to do it raw and drink it out of the bottle. That stuff is so good.
So anyways, Gary Spivey is a psychic, a medium, a spiritual healer.
No.
Okay, good, because you do it way better than me.
Yeah, you're just like so stiff.
I'm so stiff. Well, hopefully Gary can loosen me up.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, he's in the green room. Okay.
Yes.
Anyhow, so Gary is one of the top psychics, mediums, spiritual healers, and spiritual teachers in the world, apparently.
Yes.
I've listened to Gary for, oh man, it's got to be going on 30 years. That long. Like, because he comes on our local radio, KDWB.
Yeah.
You've heard him on there, right?
Blaine, my
Your
brother. Yeah, he loved listening to him all the time.
Oh,
that's how I know about Gary.
Ah, okay. All right.
Oh,
good.
yeah.
But Gary puts on shows in Vegas. I mean, he travels all over. Puts on shows all over, and these shows are big. One of the things we may want to do is play a little bit of that trailer before we bring him on.
Okay. I think he'd be fine with that.
You just get it ready. Hang on. So, let me find my place here. So he has clients of all walks of life, professionals such as doctors, lawyers, actors, musicians, politicians, police officers. Apparently, a lot of people do look to him for guidance and advice. He's a psychic. He has amazing abilities. Apparently, since he was 4 years old, he's had these abilities.
Which is incredible.
That is incredible, I think. He's also a medical intuitive. So apparently and I've seen him do this. He'll like heal people through the phone. And people feel like his
energy.
Healing, his energy. And, of course, most people, of course, are, skeptical of that, I guess, until they experience something like that on their own. But he is a medical intuitive. So, but he was raised in a small town in North Carolina. And let's see here. Apparently he travels like half the year. So he's done doing shows and stuff.
By the way, we got to get this gentleman on because the phones are blowing up.
Oh, God.
They
Gary,
are hungry for answers.
Yeah, Gary, welcome to Untold Radio. Let's bring him on.
Hey,
hey guys, how are you? I'm so glad to be here. Doug, how's it going? Alex, what's happening?
Good.
How's it going, Gary?
Gary, I saw you at the Dane Cook comedy show.
Oh,
we both had like damn near front row seats.
Right.
And Dane was picking on you a little bit. He didn't know who you were. You remember that?
Yeah, that was kind of funny. And
that was
so
at Mystic Lake.
Mystic he was Lake like, "Who showroom. Are you?" And I really, it was like, "Who are you? You must think you're so," And I'm, of course, I really don't have as big of an ego as my hair, but this is just my signature. This is me, and so, but I think he thought I had this huge ego, or I don't know what he thought. And so he goes and he says, "What's your name?" And I told him my name, and he said, "Gary Spivey," and then the crowd stood up and clapped and went crazy in the room. And he goes,
you have a million fans. You have a lot
then he
of
was
fans.
like, he was really taken back, and then it ended up being almost embarrassing for me because it was a Gary show for a while. So,
it was. You stole the show.
Yeah, so he was, and I didn't do anything. I was just trying to have a quiet night, enjoy my laugh, But it was really funny. It was one of those funny moments,
But what were you doing in Minneapolis?
Well, I do a lot of shows everywhere. And of course, Minneapolis is one of my favorite places, one of my favorite cities, one of my favorite markets. So Dave Ryan in the Morning, I've been on forever. You know.
I know Dave. Good. I know Dave. I've been to Dave's house, and he's a great guy.
He's great guy, good friend. And so I still do him. I'm there sometimes and do the show. And so, but it was really just. It happened. And so, but Minneapolis is a very special place, and it's a great, well-kept secret. Like, people, I of course, I'm in LA or Hollywood, and I'm in New York, and I'm in different cities, and I'm always in Vegas running up and down the strip doing live shows and stuff, and spiritual retreats everywhere. And so I do those. I got one coming up May 4th through the 7th here in North Carolina where I live. So, but I'm always doing things. I'm just out and about. But I love Minneapolis. I adore it. I love the people. Lots of great friends there, and it's crazy. I can't believe the people really come out and want to talk to me. It's crazy. I do casino shows there, and usually the crowds are 2,000, 2,500, and people. And I'm like, who would do this? And many times they're in like January or something. And so, I wouldn't leave my little comfort of wherever I was. But anyway, thank God people do.
Yeah. So, do you mind if we play your little trailer?
No, it's fine.
Give people an idea.
Yeah, do it. Sounds good.
All right. The people that come out to see it. All right.
He died really unexpectedly. I need answers.
We're so excited. This is amazing. I need the dirt on my life. We're excited to see Gary.
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm psychic Gary Spivey. People tend to like predictions.
Thank you.
Modern day Nostradamus.
I'm spiritually led.
The world's greatest psychic, Gary Spivey. 2 million listeners and fans have been waiting for this.
Talking about 10 minutes.
That's amazing. Shall we ask him a question?
Psychic Gary Spivey.
I entertain people.
Gary, he's on fire today.
But most of all, I enlighten people. He's a miracle.
So I have trust issues.
That's your stuff. It comes from your mom and dad, seems like, way back, right? They were crazy.
They are.
Yeah. And so there we go. Just pulling that off. There we go. See how light you feel now? I can psychically always read the truth. And sometimes I have important information. Got it? Got it.
He just goes around helping people. So these gifts are really, something I can't really put into words.
I have the spiritual gifts to change people's lives forever.
I was a drug addict from 15.
Okay, all right. Let's
22, and
stop
then
the trailer because
alcohol.
we got Gary here in real life. But that gives people an idea.
That's even better.
Yeah, it gives you an idea. The weird thing. I was looking at that trailer, and there's one of my friends in that trailer, and I went, "Oh, that's interesting." I'll have to. I haven't talked to him in a while, so
sometimes I'm a well-kept secret. It was like this husband and wife had been together for 30 years, and basically the wife caught him talking to me, right? And she thought he was having an affair. And, and so I had to kind of get involved and say, no, he's just talking to me. And she's like, you've always told me everything. He said, except that. And she said, how long have you been talking to him? And he said, like 20 years. And she was like so blown away. She said, I feel like you're cheating on me. So anyway, it happens like that.
Speaking of cheating, do you have people ask you about cheating?
Oh yeah,
ever?
All the time. Yeah, all the time, every day.
What do you tell them? You
tell them the truth.
You do tell them the truth.
I tell them the truth. Yeah.
And sure. What if you're wrong?
I'm not.
It's one
I could be wrong. No, I'm not saying that I'm being funny, but honestly, I know I don't know everything.
Yeah.
But if I know I don't know everything, then I'm always open to know more.
I gotcha.
And I realize, but there's certain energies that I pick up. There's angels, there's demons, and that's about how simple it is. Something could be angelically led, or it could be demonically led. And so I was the first psychic person to really, or spiritual person, I don't know what you call me, whatever I am. And so, but I was the first person to really bust out demons and start talking about what demons do. Different demons have different looks. I could see them since I was a little kid. One demon will do something, and another demon will make someone psychotic. Another demon will create cutters in young girls, where they cut themselves.
Yeah.
Different demons will create eating disorders. Different demons will create addiction, which is a huge problem now everywhere. And if I can get rid of the demons, the person usually straightens up. And so the magic to healing is really getting rid of the demon that's creating the problem. And I can teach other people how to do it, which is real cool.
Well, that is cool. Yeah, I would imagine that, so many of us, we don't use much of our brain. It's obvious that we must all have the ability, but we don't know how to use it.
It is exactly that way, and I always thought I had this, big old brain and I could know stuff and I was cool. And I was actually sick last year. And I went through a dying experience where I actually passed away 5 times in a hospital. But at least I came back 5 times. But it was crazy. And I was, it was just a whole different experience because I'd never been sick in my life. But this was something, but I died and I went to this heaven that I had never heard of. I can see all the heavens. I can see the angels. I could just always see everything. And I thought I could see everything. Well, I was wrong. I then went to this heaven called Zion Heaven. And this heaven is a whole different show. And so I got all these extra abilities. You've heard of people that would die, cross over, and come back and be psychic, just regular folks. Well, I was already psychic. So when I died and went over and came back, a few times, it was pretty wild because then I only become more gifted. And I was only afraid that you realized how little of my little pea brain I was using. And so it was amazing to understand that. And so now I can teach people how to actually meditate and go all the way to what's called Zion heaven. And then when I got out and researched everything, there was nothing wrote on Zion heaven. So I sounded like I just had some hallucination experience. And but then I finally dug it out of the book of Enoch, which is part of the Dead Sea Scrolls. In other words, it was the unedited part of the Bible. And so, or one of, and so it was amazing. Enoch described Zion heaven exactly how I saw it. It was all made of crystals. And so, so now I'm a total crystal junkie, as you can see. I get crystals everywhere, you know, and these things are amazing. And they actually kind of hook you up to Zion heaven, which is great.
Well, do you ever feel drained, Gary, when you do a reading on certain people? Like it just drains you out?
It could, if I didn't know how to fix that. So I'm more apt. A lot of times when you get drained, when you talk to people, it is because the people are possessed or they have a lot of dark energies. So when I clear those dark energies, what happens is they get better and they don't drain me. You see, and so selfishly I clear them, I guess, but I clear them for them, and it heals them up. They feel better, and they don't feel crazy anymore. They don't feel negative anymore. They don't feel angry anymore, and I can do that right here. If you have callers, I'll be glad to talk to them and do it right in front of you. I mean, it's easy.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just have some fun. That's what I want this whole evening to be. It's just really fun for people, and I guarantee you that probably most people have never talked to a psychic ever.
Well, you know, it's kind of like that. A lot of times people have never talked to psychics. I'm kind of the psychic that people have never talked to. And so
Exactly.
I have a lot of first time, you know, callers and first time people who talk to psychics. They didn't know they ever would, but they hear me on a show or they see me somewhere, or I get referred from one of their good friends, and they go, okay, I'll talk to him. And then they do. And so it doesn't matter to me if they've ever talked to a psychic or not. It's like totally irrelevant to what I see.
Yeah. So while you guys are talking, I'm going to try to get our first caller on. So
just
go ahead. A moment here.
Go ahead. So, you know, I had an experience, and I was convinced that I went in very skeptical into a psychic reading many, many years ago. And this woman said, "You don't believe in me and blah, 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 but when you're going to walk out of here, you're going to." And I did. I walked out of there and just was like totally freaked out. She like predicted my whole future in that one little reading. Literally everything she said has come true. Everything, right down to having 6 kids. Who could predict, you know, when you have no kids and somebody tells you it, you know, I was like, you know, 17. She's like, you're going to have 6 kids. And I do have 6 kids.
That's wild, right? That's
so
crazy.
yeah.
Well, you know, psychics, if you are really psychic, and we all are really psychic, but if you learn how to tap into that, I've been at parties or somewhere with other psychics, right? I had a radio show in Florida for years, and it was a show where I interviewed other psychics. That was the show.
That's interesting.
And it was an interesting show, and so I managed to flush out some good ones. I also managed to flush out some not so good ones. But I was able to talk to a lot of psychics that were really good, and so I had them reoccurring as guests on the show. And we could be somewhere in an event or a party or something, and people would play this little game where they would come to me on one side of the room, get my answer, and run to the other side of the room and ask the psychic on the other side of the room. And many times they'd get exactly the same answer.
That's interesting.
So it's very crazy how that works.
Yeah, and you know, is it possible for somebody to be psychic for a little while, then all of a sudden they live like a certain time of the year, certain hour?
Well, it was interesting when I went through my dying experience last year. I could see through walls psychic. I mean, I was always, you know, considered sort of a freak of nature with abilities, but I mean, I had it was a different world. And so I only hoped that I would be able to keep that. I was able to. And the other thing I hoped was I would be able to
So,
teach.
hey, Gary.
Yes.
We got our first caller.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead?
Hey, Gary.
Hi.
Hey, Gary.
Yes. What's your question?
What's your question?
My question is I've had a lot of really crazy spiritual things happen to me, from seeing spirits to energy and snaps and pops in my house and all this I don't know, all this different stuff has happened to me, but I can't predict my own future. I can help everybody else.
Yeah. A lot of times people are like that. A lot of times people are like that where they can't predict their own stuff. The way you do it is you have to project out of your body and look back at you. You don't do it from inside the house, so to speak. Don't do it from inside of you. See, first of all, if you're psychic, you can project your energy anywhere. So you project out of your body, look back at you, and read you as if you were a stranger, and then you'll be able to see everything. That's how you do it.
Oh, wow.
There's always a trick to it. And I can clear a little dark energy off of you, and it'll be about 100 times more psychic. Is that okay?
Yes. Can you do that, please?
Yeah. Well, you have, and a lot of people have this. This is a block that's really been going around, especially in the last 2 weeks. Everybody's been a little sleepy and tired, and the energy's been a little frantic, and people have had the energy of bullying you. And so I've seen this more than I've ever seen it before in my life. And so I'm clearing this off of you. It looks like a black umbrella above your head in the spiritual dimension. As soon as I cleared it off, feel how the back of your neck got hot? Can you feel the back of your neck warm?
Yeah, I've got an air conditioner on me.
Oh, you got an air conditioner. Oh, you can't tell because your feet are warm. Now your feet are warming up. Feel that? And tingly. Can you feel that?
I can feel it on one of my feet. That's why it's hard for me to get grounded. I'm below the knee amputee.
Okay.
So I got 1 foot.
Oh, you got 1 foot. Okay, so but you can feel it in the foot you got, right?
Yes.
Okay, that means your energy is going all the way from the top of your head down to your feet now, or to your foot. Okay. And so you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. That's going to really help you out. And I see a lot of darkness fly off of your body. I see darkness fly off your body in your midsection, here in your stomach. And I see a lot of light going through you. And so this is going to really help you out, especially also with your thyroid. I see a lot of energy going into your thyroid. And so you're going to feel a lot better. I'm an empath, so I'll feel everything in my body that you got going on in yours. Now I felt your whole sinus cavity open up. I felt your sinuses open. And so that's just with light going through you, you see. And so you're going to find you'll be a lot more psychic now because you have your lights on. And so it's that simple. Did you have a question?
I'm trying really hard.
No, you shouldn't try. No, let me say something. That's your problem. You're trying really hard. This is not hard. Here's what it is. It's easy. What you do instead of trying really hard, allow. 100% allow instead of 100% try. When you try, you run off all the spiritual energy. So you have to just allow, settle into it. Don't think about, let it happen, allow it to happen. And you'll be fine. That's how you do it. But you're amazing. You got all this light around you. I see you really good. You look really, really good. You had a question. What's your question? You had a question.
I have a really old bummy car. I love it to death because it does get me from A to B. Do you see a new vehicle coming my way anywhere in the near future?
You actually have somebody who's going to sell you a car that's a friend. And it's a very good deal, and it's a very good car, and you like it. And so, but I see that actually 6 months, 6 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. So not very long, real soon. So there's a friend going to give up.
Okay.
And this car is like almost a new car. So that's really good. Good luck.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, guys. I love your show.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you.
There we go.
There we go.
Very interesting. Have you ever had anybody really have an amazing, like, oh my God, reaction to what you've told them?
Well,
Or it's just even mind blowing to you?
Well, plenty. Yeah, plenty. And it has to do with a lot of times. See, with her, with talking to her, she's very sweet. And she was like a wanting to be more psychic, and she was actually going the other way from being more psychic, which is control. And so if you want to be more psychic, allow. It's the opposite of what she thought. And so then and with her it was so anytime and what happens is many times, especially when people are and a lot of us are control freaks, and so I'm certainly an ex control freak, and so with being like you think you're in control, you're actually the opposite, and that is an absolute raw. That's like a law of the universe. And so many times when people think they're in control, they're really just fighting the whole universe.
Yeah.
And so fighting the whole universe is like putting out forest fires with your face. It's like a lot of work. And so
can you do readings by a text message? If somebody texts you
anything,
or send
emails,
you an
text,
email.
emails, text, anything. Sure.
So if anybody has a question specific in chat while Alex is screening calls, you can put your questions. Got to be in all caps so we know for sure. Alex, if you got another caller, I don't even know if Alex can hear me. No, I don't even know if Alex can hear me right now.
I'm working on it.
Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. So tell me about a situation where somebody's lied to you. A friend. I'm sure you felt betrayed. So I always think, what if I was psychic? It would be kind of weird because, we all do the white lies and you know what I mean?
Usually, most of the time when people make their way to talk to me, they're not playing any games.
Yeah.
They're not really. So I don't get a lot of that really, where people are just wanting to play.
But what about people in your life? People.
Oh
people
yeah, of
you know
course,
or work
of
with.
course. Well, I would say I practice, being forgiving, and so I'm very tolerable most of the time. I'm not a pansy, but I'll tolerate a lot, and I am very forgiving, and I really truly love people. So for me, I love everybody. And so for me, it's pretty easy. I think for some people, it's not as easy. These days, it's very hard to deal with all the stuff that's going on. I mean, everybody has pretty much the same thing happening. But there's a lot of understanding that needs to occur between people these days. And really the whole universe, according to God and the angels, basically has to do with oneness. So the more we are one with each other, and the more we're one with ourselves, the more you're one with God, the universe, the angels, everything that's really in control.
Okay.
And so I try to be one. I try to be one with folks.
It's interesting. Okay, so Natalie, at 8:10 p.m. text, how can I improve my relationship with my son Joe? Her name's Natalie.
Listen to him and expect to be attacked. So that would be my advice.
Okay.
Listen to him. Don't try to win or change his mind on anything ever. Just listen to him and expect to be attacked. But don't take it too serious. Don't get your feelings hurt if you can help it. And so, and then after a few conversations, when he realizes that you're not fighting him, even though he's ridiculous, then he'll come around and start to listen to you. But it's a process. It'll take you about 3 months to get through the process. In the meantime, you probably will really feel wore out. But we do a lot of things for people we love.
So that's great. JD says, I lost my mama last year. I have my dad here with me now. He's 92. Is my mama in heaven and trying to communicate with us? Is the question. It's JD.
Well, I see the mom in and around the kitchen, and there's in a room close to the dad, in a chair close to the dad, and so I can see her there. She's with her mother, and so I see her making jokes. She's funny. She's a funny lady. She starts making jokes about being a hottie, and she says she's not an old lady anymore. And he said that she says that he'll appreciate me. I look like I looked when we met. And so she looks very young, and a very pretty woman. And she's also with a crazy auntie. And so whoever this, it's like, it's either her best friend. No, I think it's she said her aunt. So she's with her aunt.
Great.
So, yeah. And so she's just telling me that. She loves him though. She appreciates what he's doing for his dad. And she made a joke and said, "Scream at him for me." So I don't know if he's hard of hearing or what she's talking about, but she says, "Scream at him for me." And she's just joking. She's fun. She's a fun lady. People on the other side have sense of humor, just like they did when they were here. So if they had a good sense of humor here, they usually have a great sense of humor on the other side.
Okay. Angelique Benham says, I've lost over 20 loved ones this year. Do any of them have anything they'd like to say to me?
Well, I see one. This is a lady. And so she's pushing everybody out of the way with her elbows. And so she's pushing right to the front of the line. I don't know if it's a mother or a mother figure, but it's someone that's in the mother category. And she just says, "Yeah, I just had to get up here to tell you how much I love you." And so she lost 20 loved ones. So she had 20 loved ones loving her back for sure, because I see a whole crowd of them and they're doing a big cheer and they're applauding her. Also, one of them that couldn't walk is now walking, and they stood up and they started walking. Actually, they stood up and started dancing. So I see that as well. But I just see a bunch of people having fun, and they're very aware of her energy and very aware of her question.
Very interesting. So, somebody had a question, whether you've ever done any remote viewing.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hey Gary, I got someone live on the on the call.
Okay.
Let her rip.
Did you want to go ahead and tell Gary your question?
Yes, I would. Yeah. Hi, Gary. My name's Cecilia. I'm a member of your Enlightenment Club.
Oh, cool.
And I had a pleasure talking to you again, Gary. Big fan of yours. I went to like a UFO conference thing, and I met this psychic lady. Yeah. And I saw her, and she told me that I had an attachment.
Okay. In other words, she said that. Well, I think sometimes you do. Do you wake up at night sometimes suddenly crazy? You're like, rah, like really awake?
Yeah, sometimes, the dogs will wake me up barking, and, my mother lives next door, and her house is very haunted. And I don't go over there. I don't like to go over there because the energy is really bad. Mm-hmm. Because I work from home, and
Well, I see several different entities with you. I see an entity that's called, usually they call them succubuses or incubuses, but they'll hold you down, like sometimes in a moment of you'll feel almost paralyzed a bit. And I don't see them. I see them around you. I don't see them really beating you up right now. It feels like when you were younger, you experienced some of these, and so. But I see that around you. I can just clear it all off, and you'll feel better. It's really easy to do, and you're super.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, and now you got really light all over. You kind of feel like you're floating upwards. You feel that?
I do. Yeah, I feel it in my chest area. Yeah, all over.
Okay. And so that's just me.
That's funny.
Yeah. And so that's just pulling the dark energies off of you. And as soon as I pulled those dark energies off of you, I saw your little child spirit jump into your chest. Okay. And so your child spirit's where you get your sense of joy from. And so I saw your child spirit get back in your body. And so I think you'll start to have a lot of fun with you. That's what it feels like. And it looks fantastic. So that's good. Fantastic.
Okay. That's awesome, Gary. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so for most people, you know, I'm over here waving my hand around in North Carolina, you're in Minneapolis, but you actually feel sensations going through your body, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. I do.
Well, explain to people what that feels like, because a lot of people probably aren't used to it and they don't know what that is.
Like dizziness, you know, I get dizzy in my head.
Okay.
You know, like my lightheaded, like dimensions changing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, see, when you get dizzy, that's because you had a whole dimension going backwards. It was actually going counterclockwise instead of clockwise around your head. And so it's just, you know, you're in the flow of the universe now. And so you're going to feel a whole lot better. It'll really help you out. You'll see everything will sort of click in, make a lot of sense for you. And I see a nice trip coming up for you, whatever that is. So
wonderful. That's great. I need to get away.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I see someone inviting you, and you're sometimes really bad to not go for it, you know. But whoever invites you on whatever, it's not a huge trip, but it's a little trip, and this will change your life in a very positive way. So that'll come up in the next, I would say 3 or 4 weeks. And so do it. You know. Okay.
Wow. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will take advantage of that trip.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. Yep. Thanks.
All right. Thank
So,
you all. Have a great day, you all. Love you all. Bye-bye.
You too.
So Jen has a question. She says, Gary, I've meant to have a long-term relationship. If so, when will I meet him? So she's meant to have a long-term relationship, and she wants to know when she's going to meet the guy.
I think she's going to meet him close to now. So this is I heard the word now. I think she really is ready for a relationship. So it feels like she's got a guy that she may be slightly aware of him even. And so, but I see her meeting him now. Her problem is when she meets a new person, she's had some bad experiences in the past, like most folks. And so she's racing for the no. She's trying to figure out, okay, why don't I like you? Why don't I like you? Why don't I like you? And then she'll finally find some little something she don't like. And then she'll go, yeah, you're not the one. You know, whatever. So she's a little bit mad. She's a little bit angry with men. So you got to drop your anger, and you're going to find that you've got a really good one that you're going to skim over is what I see. So give him a chance. And if you do, you're going to be really happy you did. And I see you telling me this later somewhere. I see you coming up to me and going, you know what? Oh my God, that's where I got my soulmate, you know, but this guy has a soulmate vibration, and Jen can see me right now or hear me. She feels warm all in her chest, her legs. And Alex is an empath. Alex, you can feel that. You feel that in your chest and legs. I can see that. That's kind of neat. Can you feel that? Can you tell?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting, right? And so you're very much an empath. See, when one person feels something, another person will be able to feel that too, if they are indeed an empath. And most people are empaths.
Hey Gary, we got another caller. Sorry. She's just really excited to ask her question.
Okay.
Hi Gary, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Hi, I'm a big fan.
Oh, thank you.
So I have an immigration case for my son coming up. I just want to know how long it's going to take for him to get here. Or if you can help me out with that. Do you see anything?
Well, I see it's, you know, sometimes I'll hear things like 2 days, no, 2 weeks, no, 2 months, 2 years. I get warm on 2 months. There's something where he can fast track this. Have you figured it out yet?
Yeah, I asked about it and they said no. So we're just waiting on his interview date. They said sometime this year.
I feel like he'll have the interview date sometime in the next couple of months.
Okay.
And and then there's a fast track. Do you understand the fast track after then?
Yeah, I mean that's the final step for us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
Because
just-
then it's as soon as you do that thing,
Mhm.
then it's there. Then you're there. And so, and there's even a thing you can do to speed that along a little bit.
Okay, I'll have to
That's
look
what
into
I
that.
see. Yeah, just a lot of times if you don't get the right answer with an immigration situation, ask again. It doesn't hurt because it's always a little different. But I see him getting right on through. He
All right.
feels great. How old is he?
He is 8 years old.
How old?
8 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yep, little baby.
Feels like that they take more consideration with him because he is. And where's he coming from?
He's coming from Mexico.
Okay. Well, it feels like because of the circumstances that this works out, and that's what probably the attorney told you, right?
Yeah, that's what they told me, but it's been delayed 5 years now, so
Yeah,
we're
2
just hoping
years.
it doesn't get delayed again.
Yeah, 2 years. I mean, 2 years. My God, no, 2 months.
2
Sorry.
months.
No, not 2 years. 2 months.
All right.
All right.
Let's hope. Thank you so much, Gary.
Hey, good luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Hilly.
So, Tommy John has a question for you, Gary. He says, "Does my father have a message for me? He has passed." Simple question, I guess.
Simple question. He says he rides with him in the car. And so when I'm talking to his dad, and I hear that a lot of times with our loved ones on the other side. Maybe when you're in the car or in the automobile, that's the only time you're alone these days. But I see him riding and hanging out with him, and he seems to think that he can hear him as well. And so I think this gentleman's actually had an experience where he heard his dad, but his dad says he appreciates him now. He gets him now. And he says he sure appreciates him. So the energy feels like he really, a lot of times when you get to heaven, you just get enlightened and you get it. Suddenly all the things that you didn't get here on earth, as well as what you wished you would have got them, you get them. And so his dad seems to have really got it. When he got on the other side, he figured out who his son is. And so he loves you.
Good. Let's see here. Joe Fox. Go ahead, Al.
I'm jumping ahead. We got it. We got another online call for you.
Sure. Go ahead,
Gary.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let Gary know your question.
Are you ready for me?
Yep. You're online with Gary.
Okay. Hello?
Hey, what's your question?
Okay. I'm a recent widower, and I'm a very lonely man, and I'm wondering if I'm going to meet somebody who can help complete my life. I'm very lonely.
I heard yes. Do you have any neighbors that are after you, so to speak?
No, I don't.
Because I see somebody who don't live far away, and they would entertain you. In other words, like they'd have fun with you, and so they may already know about you, through one of your friends or something.
He's got a secret crush.
He does. Yeah, you do.
Oh.
And it looks like you guys are in the same organization. I don't know if it's a church or something or wherever, but I see you guys, this person knows about you, and it seems to be more and more evident as you go. But it feels really good. And so I see you meeting somebody that you have a lot in common with, and you have a lot of fun. And so this will work out. This will work out good for you. Do you have kids?
Well, yeah, I do, but they're older and they're moved away in different states, things like that. So
You've got
any family nearby.
Well, you got one kid that's going to run interference and not be happy about your relationship. And so I don't know if you know that, or one of them's a little selfish. And so, so don't pay any attention. Okay. Don't let them ruin your good time. That's what I'm saying. And so because you've got one kid, kind of two kids. They're a little controlling of you. I don't know if you know that. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think I know who you're talking about.
You do. And so, so don't let them.
Can I just ask about my mother?
Of course.
She passed a while ago, and I'm wondering if she's, if she's okay, if she's happy with myself being joined again with my father, how things are going for them.
She says she's incredibly happy. She feels good, and she says she can breathe easy. And so, so that usually indicates that there was an issue with her breath, and so, or lungs or the respiratory stuff. But she tells me she breathes easy. She says that she loves you, of course, and she's stirring up. I'm trying to figure out. I think she's with her mother, but they're making like a pot of soup or stew or something. And so they're stirring it up. What would that be? What did they make? Do you remember?
Well, maybe spaghetti sauce.
Okay, whatever. But it's like that. It's like she's stirring it up, and it's kind of soupy looking. But I think she says she shakes her head, and then she tastes it. She's making jokes, and so. But they just say they love you, and I see a whole bunch of them up there. Actually, they're all happy.
Well, that's good. That's good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hey, good luck.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, I've got another one. I got an email. This one is from Alyssa Gary. She says, can you ask him if there's anything attached to me, something negative or anything good?
A few obsessive compulsive demons, and so I'm just pulling those off of her. Sometimes when she gets a thought in her head, she can't turn loose of it, and it drives her crazy. I think we all get those from time to time, and so. But I just pulled a bunch of obsessive compulsive demons off, and now she'll just feel light and tingly all over. They were sort of wrapped around her. It looked like a big string, like paper dolls. Like if you cut some paper dolls out and strung them out, but they were just all through her body like that. And I just cleared them off. She'll feel better. Now her feet are hot. I feel that.
Interesting. She had another question. She's it said, I've had two friends also pass away this last year. Is there any messages there? Thank you.
One of them says her hair is pretty now, which indicates maybe it wasn't before she died, like it was a mess. And maybe she had a cancer or had something or some issue where her hair was not attractive, and she always loved her hair. And so she says it's beautiful now. And she says that she's beautiful too, and she appreciates her thoughts. When our loved ones are on the other side, they can actually feel us thinking about them. When we have positive thoughts and we're projecting positive light and love to them, they feel it. And she says she's very aware of it and feels it, and she projects them right back at her. Her other friend is in transition. This is a different part of heaven. Her other friend is in a transitional state, which means she might have been sick for a long time before she died. When a person is sick for a long time before they die, they go to this place that is a transitional. It's a beautiful garden. There's birds and angels and cherubs. And, I mean, it's really pretty, but they're in there healing up and getting back together. And so I see the other friend in transition, and so she's not talking. In transition, they usually don't talk. They just the angels will show me where she is. So that's where that is.
Oh, great, thank you, Joe Fox. Let's get to another thing, unless Alex has got somebody. But Joe Fox asked, it's kind of a little bit of a complicated one. He says, Gary, can you tell me about my two biggest events in my life? Most recently, and the direction I need to go now, or what may be in store for me. This is from Joe Fox.
Well, I see moves. I see these moves being both a little bit of what you feel like doing finally instead of what you have to do, but I see these moves, and I see social. I see things being social. And so I see new. It would be, feels like all brand new with love, is what I feel. All brand new, lots of love, lots of love. So these are new events that are really good, and significantly was just this whole transitional move thing. Those were what I feel is significant. That's what I see.
Interesting. All right. So Carrie Clausen Kilmery says, can you see if my mom, apparently her mom has passed, can explain what the secret is about my older brother? It's a tough one.
But it feels like an older half brother. So that's the secret. That's what it feels like. So that's what I see.
Simple.
Simple.
So, I mean, look here, boy, there's so many questions, Gary. You're, Helton asks, I've been sick for several years and getting worse. What is it, and can you heal me? He's asking, he's begging, can you heal me? Helton.
Well, I see sick in a lot of energetic things going on. When I look around him specifically, here's what I see. I think he has multiple illnesses that are tagged to one illness. But when I'm looking around his body, it looks like black volcanic rock. So he's clustered over in black volcanic rock. I'm cracking that off of him. And as I crack this off of him, right now, it actually, the rock that's around him is keeping the light from going in. And I crack that off. He's going to feel a little warm, a little tingly, now incredibly dizzy. And so he's got all this light and a bunch of angels hanging out with him. And, I think he's actually afraid of dying. And I see a big giant angel, higher self, slip into him. You can actually get a new spirit. And so when people are feeling beat up, you just simply have to ask your angels, God, give me a brand new spirit. And so if he just asks for a brand new spirit, he'll get one. It slips in his body, and his body will turn around with many of the health problems that he has. But he looks a lot better now. So I see him glowing. And so that's the reason. Now his feet are starting to sweat and they're on fire. See, I'm an empath, so my feet are sweating and they're on fire. So therefore I know his are. And so that's the feeling. That's what I have going. So there we go.
So you actually feel what they're feeling.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
It's really easy, because I'm tapped into them. So I will feel whatever they're feeling. If they're feeling anything, I'll feel it. You see, and but he's really glowing now, and he has what's a beautiful God matrix that just came down to him. This God matrix looks like a brilliant sunshine with rays going out, and so he's in a very different space.
Hey Gary, we got another caller.
Okay.
You want to introduce yourself and put your question forward?
Hi, Gary. Thank you, guys, for taking my call.
Glad to talk to you.
Thank you. I was wondering if you could clear my 3 children. And then my oldest daughter has been having, Anna, some health issues for the last couple months. Like she had an ovarian cyst burst and she's been feeling terrible. I'm just not sure how to direct her with the healthcare system. We are not getting, I'm not sure what's going on.
Right. Well, it looks like she has 2 different doctors telling her different things about the same problem. I don't know if she's got, does that make sense to you? Has that happened?
I mean, she has been in the hospital twice and she just saw another doctor today. So yeah.
Oh, okay. And he's going to see him telling her a whole different thing. The one she got today, I like. And so I think the one, so it feels like the one today is really telling her the truth about stuff and is going through the process of figuring out, getting to the bottom of it, so to speak. And so this one feels good to me. So I like him, and I like her. She looks really, really bright now. It was really easy to clear her energy. There was a problem with an old relationship that really beat her up. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh, yes, it does.
And so that's where she got most of her traumas. And so you'll get traumas from those kinds of things, or it could be anything really. And those traumas will create dark energies, and then we embed, everything gets embedded on it from there. And so that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, well, thank you for clearing her. I appreciate it.
She'll feel better. She'll feel better. And I cleared your other kids too. They look good. Yeah. One of them's a crazy one. You have a son that's like really funny, right?
Yeah. He's such a great kid, but he struggles a lot.
Yeah, but he's so fun. What he's missing with the struggle, he gains in personality. So I think he's on right. He's got this comedic personality and comedic timing that's impeccable. I like him.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Thank you so much.
Good luck, honey. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.
You too.
So I have an important one here, Gary.
Okay.
Amy Coe says, can Gary tell us what's going on with my daughter, Anna? Apparently her health. And they're saying please in capital letters.
Okay.
Amy Coe.
Yeah. What I see with this is I see her health. A lot of her stuff is endocrine system related, and I see that's a problem with her thyroid, and a few other things, and maybe even her blood sugar and her pancreas, because I see her bouncing around. Her energy's bouncing around everywhere. So, but I think it's mostly endocrine system or glands. She needs to go to a gland specialist. That's what I see. And then she'll be fine. And so but that's how, there, I'm just clearing everything. It looks good now. Looks better. Looks a whole lot better.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. It's so hard to choose here. I hate to.
Oh, yeah, you got to choose some good ones. I got to let a dog out.
Go ahead, take a break.
I'm going to have a huge problem.
No problem. Go take a break.
I didn't have a dog sitter tonight. I'll be right back. I've never.
All right, just shut your camera off and go.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. There we go. Let's see here. We'll pick somebody out for next. Also, Jody Simon said she's been trying to call. I know you're getting flooded with calls.
Yes.
You can type your question out, Jody, and I will ask it for you.
Perfect.
You can't get through. Jody Simons. I'm not good with pronouncing names. Do you have another caller, Alex?
One moment.
Yeah, so what we'll have, if Jody can get that question here. I can't literally keep up with the amount of questions coming in. Yeah, it's very, very obvious that, people are desperate, looking for answers.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many coming through at once. It's hard to moderate.
Yeah, I know. I will wait here. Gary will be back here momentarily. I like John Ayer's question. How long will my back hold out? Not long, John. I can answer that. I don't even need Gary for that. I can do it myself.
3 to 6 months.
Yeah, 3 to 6. No. Humans just don't have good backs, John.
Yeah, we were supposed to be fish.
Take care of your back. And his next question, should I stop asking Doug? Because he's asked it like 6 times. But we'll have Gary answer it for you, John. But I'm just picking out some questions here. And John Ayers, he's killing me. Yeah, we'll get to it.
We're having a puppy break, guys.
Yeah, it's a puppy break. You can just look at me. Yeah, one thing that people do say about Gary is just how nice he is. You know, you can throw all sorts of faults at people, but if they're nice, it's like I've never heard anybody ever talk bad about Gary, ever. Robert Kreider's got a good question. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting one. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's a very different show for us. Alex, can you even hear me when you're moderating calls? And Alex
Basically, no.
Basically, no. So you're screening these calls, correct? And that's what's taken so long?
Yeah.
Do you have one lined up or no?
One moment.
All right. Hang on, everybody. I hope Gary's dog didn't eat him. Why don't you just pop back on, Alex?
Yeah. Yeah, I keep getting a bunch of calls, but
what?
People get so excited they keep calling, and then
what happens?
Once I answer, I don't know, they get a little gun shy.
Oh, they hang up on you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard some people are getting cut off when you answer.
Yeah.
So I've heard that too. So that's a tough system.
Okay. Oh, Gary's back. Good. Okay. There you are.
My dog lived.
Oh my gosh. I hope we didn't have you back there for long.
No, I was here for a minute. Anyway,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, perfect.
So I've got a question. This guy's asked this question over and over. Apparently he wants to know, his name is John Ayers, and I know he works in a salt mine, and he's asking, how long will my back hold out?
I heard he's got enough back to last him. In other words, like I see him being able to hang in there, you know. And so what a great guy. This is like, whoever this fella is one of the coolest people I've ever met.
He is.
Oh, you know him? Oh,
well, I don't really. I just know him as somebody who listens to our show.
Oh, well, he's a fantastic guy, and he just basically brings joy to everybody all day.
Yeah.
And so sometimes people actually channel that type of energy, and it just comes through them. And they can feel this. If you're around him, you're lucky because you just get high from him. And so when I tap into him, I get high.
Yeah, I it's funny too, because I felt the same thing about him.
Yeah.
And I've actually reached out to him to be on our show because he just seems like this guy that loves entertaining people. And I heard he works in a salt mine. It's like, well, let's get him on, interview him.
Yeah.
What would it be like to work in a salt mine?
Well, he's a great guy, and I just see this beautiful light around him. And so a lot of times people are born with a certain angelic energy, and he actually has his own set of angels, you know. And so
there you go, John. You're going to be okay. Your back's going to hold up. Your back is going to hold up. Okay. Let's see here. Let me pick something out good for you. How much do you enjoy doing this, Gary? I mean, really, you seem like you just love doing this.
I do. No, it's easy. It's easy. I get a lot of joy. Well, you know, when you make people feel good, and see, everybody's like this because everybody's really an empath, whether they know they are or not. And so that's the reason if somebody's having a flat tire, you want to stop and help them, you know, because anything you can do, you know, you just want to be able to help out.
Yeah.
And that's really human beings. Human beings are light beings. We're all pieces of God, if you would. And we just want to help each other. Really, that's what it's like. The world jades you around where you sort of get out of that space sometimes. And so, but when you get back into it, it really makes a difference, and you feel good if you help people. And
Well, haven't you found that most people are wonderful? Most people
I
are.
have. I love it. I love it. I love people. I love people, even if they're going through something. I don't care. That's temporary. And so, but if they look to a brighter place, to a higher place, there's always something good that can happen with everybody. And so I feel like, maybe it's my job to help people get through things. And
That's
so
cool.
I seem to do that all day long, every day for my whole life.
Well, you work hard at it. Here's a chance for you to keep going.
All right.
A woman named Joyce
Uh-huh.
says, "Can you clear my energy for me, Gary?"
Yeah, easy to do. And so I just pulled a little dark film off of her, and she was backwards in her body. When a person is backwards in their body, this is a demon trick. They actually, when you sleep, they'll kind of let you or pull you out of your body, turn you around, and stick you back in. And what I'm saying is, her spirit and her soul gets flipped backwards. And this is a common thing for people. If any of you guys ever felt like the world's against you, well, no, you're backwards in your body. So if you just meditate for a minute, slip out of your body, you'll find you're backwards, and then you turn around, turn your spirit and your soul around, slip it back into your body, and you do this with your imagination muscle. So you do it inside your head with your imagination muscle, but it's really that simple. And then you'll start to find everything works for you. You'll go, wow, my luck has changed. My attitude has changed. People seem to like me now. And so many times people get backwards in their body. And that's what I just did with her. And she looks really good now.
Well, that's far more than that's far more than any metaphor. That's actually amazing, because I can picture that.
Yeah, well, I'll just see whatever's there because I can see dimensionally. There's many dimensions, and they're just infinite, like infinity. And so there's so many dimensions. Every day I learn new things. Every day. It's not like you know it all. You actually learn every day. And so a lot of times I see really cool things. I'm really happy to keep learning.
So JD says, Doug and Alex, you two are my heroes for doing this tonight. Thank you. And I think JD had a question. I think it was about his pets, but there's so many messages coming in, I can't keep up.
Yeah, and I should mention, I still do private readings. I do readings every day.
There you go.
So people call me up, 800-827-GARY, 1-800-827-GARY, and book a reading with me, because I do readings every single day. I do spiritual retreats in North Carolina. I have a podcast on Saturday night. Check it out. It's called Tapping In. You go to GarySpivey.com and find me there. And so, because a lot of people always want to get through, and say sometimes it's impossible to talk to that many people on a show, but I'm talking to people every day. You can call me up or go to GarySpivey.com.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Okay, Justina says, I'm looking to create an additional income. What might be successful and enjoy it? It's from Justina.
Well, here's what I see. I see her doing something at home. So I see her working from home. I think it's like an online thing from home. And so there's many different jobs like that fall into that category. And so I see her getting one and really liking it. It feels and it feels like she gets it maybe through a friend who's doing this, but I want to say it's almost like an Amazon thing, but I see her working from home and she likes it and she has fun doing it. So it looks good.
So Pat Collins says, Doug, can you ask Gary if there's anything he can do to help with my COPD? Those breathing issues.
Well, I would say, when I look at her, she has a.
I think it's a man.
Oh, it's a man.
Sorry.
Okay, what's his name?
Pat Collins.
Yeah, when I see him, I'll see everybody the same, but when I see him, I see his it's really easy. He actually has the ability to heal himself. And so he would really, I've figured out that there's a lot to the power of crystals. That's the reason you see all these big old crystals all around me and stuff. And so crystals really do help. And so I would say that if I can pick this big old heavy thing up. Anyway, this is a one that's really cool. It's one of my favorite ones. But I'm projecting a lot of healing energy through this purple amethyst crystal. And as I did, I saw his lungs get lighter. And so I would recommend that he imagines. And first of all, you could buy yourself a piece of amethyst or whatever. We even sell crystals at GarySpivey.com. But these are like, you can get a little piece of crystal. This is like $20, and so you can use little crystals and just tap in to a higher place. And many times, if you use crystals, you'll tap into the highest heaven, which is Zion heaven. Because Zion heaven, like in the book of Enoch, it's actually made of crystals. When I first saw it, when I had my dying experience last year, I saw these beautiful palaces made of crystals. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And so with this amethyst, it actually will bring in a lot of healing energy to him. And now I felt him get dizzy. I seen his energy turn totally around and start spiraling in a spiral clockwise. So I hope that helped you out. That's good. Hope that helped you out, Pat.
There you go, Pat. Yep.
Gary.
So, go ahead, Alex.
I gotta say, I've never seen anything like this. You're literally crashing our phone lines. Everyone is so hungry for your wisdom and your readings. It's unbelievable.
Thank you. I'm hungry to talk to him.
And so I to everyone listening, I want to apologize about the technical difficulties. Obviously Gary would love to do as many readings as possible. I did put up a different phone number. If you guys want to give that a shot and burn that one to the ground.
Go ahead, burn that one down to the ground. There it is up on the screen.
Gary, people were calling before we even went live.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
I love everybody. Thank you.
All right. Uncle Bones says, Gary, I have several health issues. Will they get better, or is it downhill till the end? Sad note.
Well, this is something I learned how to do in the last maybe month. Okay. And I was meditating on top of a mountain in beautiful Ojai, California. And that's after I did a show in Las Vegas. And I live in Ojai part of the time. And so I was there and I simply meditated a lot. And I learned how to pull in a very young, healthy, higher self spirit. And so if you think of a time, this person, if they think of a time where they were maybe 20 years old and they were young and they were happy and they were healthy, and then just close your eyes and ask for that higher self, the healthy higher self angel, to slip into their body. And see, notice how you could even, Doug, you felt that your sinuses opened. I felt it. You felt that. I
did feel something. Yeah.
You did feel something. Look at that. See, I'm an empath, so I can tell who's feeling. And so that just simply meant that you allowed that to happen. And so your 20-year-old higher self went into your body. So that's your healthy spirit, your happy, healthy spirit. And when you do that, this creates a youthful spirit that gets younger. That makes your physical body younger. Instead of getting older, you get younger. And so this was a trick, a thing that I learned when I went to Zion Heaven through my dying experience. And so it was crazy because I had done it so much that when I got out of the hospital, the people that saw me went, "Oh my God, you look younger. How did you do that?" you know, you go in, you die a few times, and you look younger, and you feel young, and you act younger. But anyway, that's the process. And if you go to the book of Enoch, what he lived to be 700 years old. Well, I think he did the same thing. I think he really did this same process. And then his son Methuselah lived to be 970 or something, like, I don't know, anyway, up there. And so these different spiritual processes that a person can do with your angels, with your God, and you can do these things, and with your higher selves, with your angel higher selves and your spirit. So I mean, human beings are magical beings. We just didn't come with an owner's manual. That's the problem. So we didn't learn how to do all these things, but really now these secrets are being released, and I'm just glad I'm some part of it, because even when I was a little kid, I could see angels, I could see demons, I could see God, and so that was just normal for me. And so, of course, it wasn't normal for everybody else, but it was normal for me.
And Gary, we got another caller when you're ready.
Okay, good. I'm ready.
Let her go.
Do you want to tell Gary your question?
Hi, Gary.
Hi.
Yeah, hi, Gary. My name is Martina. I just kind of need a little bit of clarity in my life right now. I'm kind of not really in a good headspace, and I'm just really stressed out, overwhelmed with a lot of things in my personal life, and I just need to know, how can I get back on track with everything?
Okay, honey. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull a dark energy out of your head. It looks like you got a towel wrapped around your head, a black towel. And so I'm pulling that off. Notice how your sinuses open, your feet are tingly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And so now then I just see a bunch of light going through your body, and you've been beat up. Your spirit looks like a ragamuffin. I mean, your spirit's got your spirit has holes in it. And this, it looks like kind of Swiss cheese aura, if you would. And so I want you to ask your angels and ask your angels and ask God to give you a brand new spirit. Just say, angels, God, angels, say, please give me a brand new
God.
Give me a brand new spirit, please.
Please give me a brand new spirit, please.
There we go. There we go. Okay, now it goes, and it went right into your body. It went right into your body. And there, look how light you feel now. See?
Yeah.
Crazy, huh? And so you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine, honey. Don't dwell on the problems. Don't dwell on the past. Look forward. And I just see a lot of light in your future. That's what I see. I also see abundance. I see all kinds of good stuff. So
I've been having trouble trying to have a baby. Do you know what's wrong with me?
Well, it's not as complicated as what you think. I see you have tube issues. And so if you had a problem with being fertile, the best news would be you would have something going on with your tubes. And as I look, I just see your tubes are blocked. And so if you go and have your tubes, they'll do a thing called, oh God, what's the term? I think it's called tubal ligation, and they'll clean your tubes out, and because they're blocked. So you won't get pregnant with blocked tubes, but it's a pretty simple procedure. And then I think you'll get pregnant within a month or two afterwards.
Okay.
And so you can have babies. All you got to do is do that. That's the problem. Now you got really hot. You got real warm. Feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's because I explained to you how to heal yourself. That's the reason you got that hot. So that just means I told you the truth, and that's the reason you got so hot. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Hey, honey, thank you. Cheer up.
Thank you. I will. Thank you.
Good luck.
Bye.
Wow. Okay. B. Lynn says, hello, Gary. Will I finally go out on a nice date this next month with a special person I've wanted to connect with?
I feel like you will, and maybe your special person gets drunk. And so I'm just telling you what I see. And or it looks like they get drunk or high or something. But anyway, they're fun. And so don't hold it against them. That's what I see. And so, but I see this person being, kind of really a lot of fun. And but maybe they have one too many on the date. So don't be too offended by that. And so, in other words, like, hang in there and give them a second chance. Anyway, that's what I see. I just tell you the truth.
Okay. So here's a guy, or it could be a gal, I don't know. Goes by the name Eyes in the Woods. Says, I've been warned out of the clear blue sky by a stranger that I'll be out with a friend and I'll hear a whistle and that I should retreat immediately. Do you know what this means? It's a weird question.
No clue.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that that's true. And so sometimes I can't read the truth of it, and so
Okay.
I would say I don't think you have to run away when you hear a whistle. I don't feel that to be true. It's just my feeling. When you tap into a truth, something truthful, you'll feel hot or warm or tingly. You'll just feel it. Now, for me, I don't feel a little warm. I feel hot. And I don't feel a little tingly. I feel tingly everywhere. And so when I tap into that, what someone told this person, I don't pick up on that. So I think you could do whatever and people can whistle all they want and you're good. That's what I think. But just be okay.
Okay, I got another weird one for you. This is a weird one.
All right.
Okay, gentleman by the name
weirder
of
than
Ron.
that one. Weirder.
It's weirder.
Really?
I think it's weirder than that one. Yeah.
And then as soon as you're done, Doug, we got another live caller.
All right, we'll take this one first. So Robert Kreider, who I do know is a treasure hunter. He's pretty well known treasure hunter. So he's not joking around. But he says, I have a great question. Will I dig up the treasure that he thinks he recently found? If so, when?
It's in two places, and I think that'll even make sense to him. Or there's two treasures he's looking for, and he's going to find them both. Because I see him digging up two treasures, and his feet got hot. And so I love looking for treasure. I found a lot of treasure. I found a lot of things. And so I have, and I always say, just send me one piece of something that you find in the pile. But I've seen, and I've got a bunch of little silver coins and gold coins and different, whatever. The people, when they say, this really did happen. And the biggest chunk of change I found was about $30 million.
Wow.
So I found that, but I can find things. And so I can also light them up to where you will find them. And so what happens is a lot of times, and I'm an idiot. I'll lose my car keys or, like everybody does. Right. And I'll go, and then I'll look around everywhere for about 30 minutes. And then suddenly I'll remember I'm psychic and I'll go, what am I doing? And then I'll say the car keys are, in the bathroom on, the second floor, whatever the deal. And one of the people that works for me will be like, just like you said, like always, and so they laugh at me because I forget I'm psychic and I forget I can just look and find things, but I can truly find things. And so, and I found a lot of buried treasure and lost things, and it's pretty amazing what people hide and where they hide it. And so, but this person will find two big treasures that may be one and the same, actually, and fairly soon now. And I get a vision of it's like I can smell this person's on the trail of it. They know when they're close to it. They just know. And whoever this person is actually very psychic. And so there. How cool if you're a psychic treasure hunter, right?
Okay. So Deborah Evans going to be next after we take this call. So we'll go ahead, Alex.
So go ahead if you want to tell Gary your question.
Yes. Hi, Gary. This is Margot and Fallon. How are you?
Oh, hey, good. How are you guys? You're in Las Vegas, right?
Yes, we're in Las Vegas listening to you. We each had a question. I'll let Donna go first. Hi, Gary.
Hey, girl.
I just wanted to ask if you're able to. I think I got spiritually attacked today through a phone call. I got off the phone call and I could not move my neck, and my upper back felt like I've been spazzing all day long after the call.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. I call these, I call these demon du jours. And so a lot of times there's demon du jours, demons of the day. And so there's this kind of, I can clear it here. Let me just fix you. And so there we go. I just pulled it off.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you could feel it leave you. Feel that?
Oh my God, yeah, like I can actually turn my neck 45, so that's insane because all day I've been laying down.
Right. Well, there you go. You'll be all right. And so many times we get attacked. And so this they're very odd looking for a type of dark energy. And they eat light. I don't sense them as being intelligent, but it's like a little cluster of them, like a school of them, and they look very crustacean. I know that sounds even crazier, but anyway, I pulled those off of you, and you feel an instant relief. And so, so you talk to somebody who basically had these attacking them, and you empathed it, and now you got all goofed up. And so, but there, as quick as you got goofed up, I just cleared it off you, so you'll be all right. You're going to be fine. There we go.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you so much. Love you. Thank you.
Hey, love you too.
Yeah, and Gary, my daughter went to the ENT. They told her she had a mild sleep apnea, but now they're saying that she needs to get her adenoids removed. But I read that she might outgrow them. Do you think she needs surgery? Because I want to remove her adenoids.
That's a big question, and I'm going to have every radio executive in the world throw a fit if I answer it. But I would say that one side's much bigger than the other, which is both are not big and enlarged, and so it looks like she might get right through. That's what it feels like. Okay.
Outgrow it. Okay. Thank you so much. I love you.
Hey, good luck.
Thanks, Gary.
Love you back. Thank you.
Bye.
Deborah Evan, Gary says, can you give me advice for my son's future? And it's, Deborah Irvin.
Give her advice for his son's future?
For her son's future, yes.
How old is he? Do we know? We don't know any of these things.
No, we don't know.
Well, I think he overthinks everything. And he thinks he's got a certain demon on him that will think him into trouble. So I'm basically just going to clear what I see that's negative. And then it's not like I'm predicting his future, but I'm changing his future because I'm pulling the darkness off that was creating some problems for him. And so, but I just pulled these dark energies. He has 2 or 3 pretty aggressive demons on him. And I just pulled those off, and he's going to feel a whole lot lighter, a whole lot better, and he'll have much better outcomes. And so I'd have to know a little bit more about exactly what she thinks his problems are. But I can see what was causing his problems. And so, but it had to do with a demon that was a pretty aggressive demon. I got 2 of them. I got rid of them. He'll feel better. And so there.
Good. Amaseth Monsey says, Gary, can you please clear me? I've been around a ton of different people and their energy, and apparently she wants a clearing.
Well, she can clear it herself, and I'll clear it for her, but she just simply needs to ask her angels and ask God for the spiritual gift of a sword. And so if she asks for a spiritual gift of a sword, and you just reach up and you get the sword, and everybody can do this if they want to at the same time. And so you just ask your angels and ask God, angels, God, please give me the spiritual gift of a sword. Take your sword, clear your head, your throat, your chest, all the way down to your feet. Clear your energy with your sword and clear all around you. And then think about collectively all the people around you that you may have picked up negative energy from. Clear all around you. Now you'll feel much lighter doing that than you did even when you cleared your own body, because you're picking up negativity from other people, much like Fallon did, the girl right before. And she talked to one person on the phone and suddenly she thought she was going to die. And so that's because this is an empathable energy, and this empathable energy was attacking her. I cleared it off. She feels better. And now what happens is you can clear yourself with your sword. There we go. So, but I just cleared it. She'll feel better.
So apparently Deborah's son is 35.
Okay. Yeah, I just pick up different things that almost feel legal to me. And so, but I see him getting into something that's going to, he was going to get some harm from just the dark energies that were pulling him down into a space, if you would. And so there are hell dimensions that exist. And her son had a couple of those on him. Hell dimensions look like upside down pyramids. And if you go to the illustrations of Dante's Inferno done in the 1820s, there's some wonderful art and illustrations of what a hell dimension looks like. It's an upside down pyramid. There's 7 layers deep, 2 sub levels, and they're full of demons, and they're attacking your higher selves. And if you clear those off, you feel good. And so, and we can do that as well. But this person's going to feel pretty good now. So there we are.
All right. Patty B says, does my dad have a message for me? From Patty B.
He says he loves her, and he says he's sorry for not being able to understand as well as what he would have loved to, because he can see how wonderful she is from the other side. And so, and I sense that he feels like I think he did a lot, but it feels like he thought he could do more. And so sometimes people have that feeling, but he just says he loves her. So a lot. He says, I love her a lot. And so he's good.
So I wanna respect your time, Gary. We're coming up on 2 hours. Where's the best place for people to reach you if they want to, find out more information, get to know you, do a reading?
Oh, there we go. That's the best for private readings. Call me up. You can call now 800-827-GARY, 1-800-827-4279, or you can simply go to GarySpivey.com. GarySpivey.com has all kinds of stuff up there, literally hundreds of meditations that you could do. You can meditate yourself. You can join my master club. My master class is once a month. I do a whole seminar. If you join my online club, you can be a part of that. I clear your energy for you and tell you and teach you how to clear it every Wednesday. And also, anybody can join me for free on Zoom. I'm on Zoom every Saturday, and so you can check it out on Zoom. And you can join me every Saturday on Zoom at 8 o'clock, 8:30 Eastern. And so,
can you stick around for another 6 minutes, Gary?
I can stick around. I'm here. I'm with you guys.
Great.
I'm right here.
Well, Grasshopper ETAI has a question. Let's see, and of course I lost it. I had it, and then I lost it. There it is. It says, Gary, I'm having major physical problems. Docs don't know why. Can you help?
This is a very common question these days. And there's a lot of people that, I'm the last, I'm probably the last resort. People think, well, that guy seems to know what he's talking about. I heard him on the radio or whatever, or they saw me on a show somewhere or on Tapping In with me that I do on Saturdays. And so, and so they call me up and they go, what's wrong with me? Well, being a medical intuitive, I can actually see whatever it is. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't have to be a brain surgeon to understand it, because I can understand anything. And so when I'm reading, it's like when I look at this person, they are saying that they go to the doctor says, I can't see anything wrong with you. Well, a lot of times it's just like some of the people tonight, I'd clear their energy and they feel better right then. That's because dark energy is so powerful that it beats up your physical body. And if you get rid of your dark energy inside of your physical body is going to get better. You're going to feel good, and it won't be causing the problem, whatever problem it was. This person has 3 different health problems doing different things. I see some dark energy on the back of this person's neck and down the spine, and I cleared all that junk off. There's also a dark energy on one side, lower abdomen, and I cleared all that junk off. And then I see one side respiratory in one lung. I see that, and I cleared all that junk off. And so, and these things, these dark energies cause different health disorders that will start to not work right because our physical body doesn't have any light in it. So meditate, guys. You got to learn to meditate. If you don't learn to meditate, you're going to have a harder way to go than if you learn to meditate. Meditate is just clearing your energy, learning how to get spiritual gifts, learning how to let the light in, and you'll be able to do that. I teach it all the time. I'm online all the time, GarySpivey.com. And so, and I teach this. This is all I do. This is all I do. Where I do private readings, and I can help you fix yourself.
So JT says, Gary, can you help me with my leg? I'm not sure what I should do. It says, am I going the right way now, or should I go the other way?
Well, I don't know which way is what. And so what I would say that this is part of the problem, but not the whole problem. I do see a nerve related problem as well as a circulatory problem. So I think maybe that might be the 2 ways or partially what they're talking about, but I'm seeing both things are problems. And so but I as I clear it off, I feel the nerves come back on in that one side, and that changed things. And the real issue may be in lower back. So it could be sciatica. I think it is. And so, and so I just cleared that energy. It was real dark, and now it got real light, and the person got dizzy. And so that means that their whole energy turned around to a point of healing instead of a point of being sick, you see. And so looks better. Hope I helped.
Great. Troy Melville says he's from Australia. He says, I have health problems. When will I go back to work, and what type of job? And he asks if you can clear him, please.
Easy to do. This person's fantastic. This would be a great person to be best friends with. And so I just sense him. I feel him. I love going to Australia. I spent a lot of time down there, and I like Aussies. Aussies are great. And so, but I'm just seeing, I'm just clearing his energy. There we go. Much better. He'll have an opportunity to do something that's a little bit not his job, but part-time. And that could be really soon. And it's sort of like almost under the table kind of stuff he'll do, for a little bit, and then to earn some extra cash. And then I see that could even be ongoing now. And then I see him going back to real work within about 3 months. Feels like that.
There you go, Troy.
Yeah.
So here's a weird one. Gary, you'll like this. It's from Darla Samuelson. She says, Gary, can I trust my brother and his wife in the end of life for my dad? It says, last summer you told me I was making good choices for my dad. So I don't, it's a little, I'm not sure it's worded quite right. It's hard to do. So she wants to know whether she can trust her brother and his wife.
Well, I wish I could say yeah. That's almost all I want to say, but I wish I could say yeah 100%, but I not 100%.
So read between the lines, Darla.
Yeah, it's about like you think, because lately there's a couple of things you figured out or you caught them with, and you're going, what? And so, and we were talking about, can you trust your brother? Well, sort of. And then his wife, I think, it's not the same energy. They don't have the same energy. So even those two aren't really one with each other. And so it'll be really hard for them to be one with you or the dad. And so I just see some issues that will come to light that could, be a bit of a problem. And so I would keep my eyes open. In other words, I wouldn't fall asleep here. And so, and then I think you'll get through this just fine. And once they understand you're paying attention, then you can trust them. But you have to let them know that you're not asleep, and you're not dead yet. And so you're still very much awake and alive. And so you need to pay attention. That's what I hear.
So let's see here. What do we got here? They're just coming in. I'm like, I feel bad. So here's somebody suffering from long. I'm not even going to say the word because you get banned. The vid word, the C vid word,
the C word.
Yeah, the C word. The word we can't use. It says that. They're suffering from long, word, and it says I also
He's a psychic. He knows.
Yeah, I also suffer from an altercation from my early 20s, and it has caused me sciatica. Would you be able to help me? He's just looking for some healing, Gary.
Yeah, well, I just project love and healing, and this person is again a very, very cool person. Just real. You have great audience. I love your audience, and so because they're very considerate and. You can, when I read somebody and it resonates just a tremendous amount of light and love, that's a beautiful thing. And so your audience is great audience. And so I adore them. He'll notice that his lower back got pretty warm right then. So there we are. Let's see what happens. So there.
Terry T says, Gary, I've been single for more than a decade. I feel lonely. Do you see a man coming my way for love soon? Please and thank you.
Yeah, well, Terry, you're great, and so, but you're a little bit mad at men, and so don't be mad at men. And so, even though you go, no, I'm really not. There's a underlying anger with old relationships or something, and so I'm just clearing that off of you. And it was easy to clear, and so I think you're very much ready for a real deal relationship. So the way you get a real relationship, you can manifest one. You can ask your angels and say, angels, and then say, God, may I please have a soulmate now? May I please have a soulmate now? And then I felt your hands surge in heat and light, and now your feet, and now your whole body. And that just means you got hooked up with your soulmate. So energetically, you're already hooked up with a person that you're going to meet. And so yes, you'll have one real quick. That's all you got to do is just ask for it and allow it to happen. And don't be mad. See, if you're angry, anger is control and it runs off all the good vibes. And so don't be angry and you'll find things work real fast.
Great. Channel 13, real name Donald. He's seeking a question, whether he can find relief from his lifelong illness.
I see a lot of breakthroughs coming in that space happening, and it feels really, really good, and both scientifically, medically, and then I see this person working on nutrition as well as working on their energy. So they're really putting forth the effort and the energy to hit it from all the angles. And I cleared off a bunch of dark energies around this person, and they're going to feel a whole lot better. There we go. I see a lot of light flying into their body. Many times it's just about meditating, guys, and learning how to clear your energy, and you're going to feel so much better.
JD says, Gary, am I in the right path in purchasing this new home, or should I rethink my choices?
Oh, I first heard do it really loud. And so, and everybody can say, well, we're going to wait for interest rates to go down to normal. No, they're at normal. That thing that they did for years, that 3% or 2% or 1%, or hey, how about just free? No interest. I mean, that was something that was a fluke that happened for a while.
You can always refinance.
and you can always refinance. And so if you find something you fall in love with and you want to buy it, it feels like that you're living now, enjoy your life. And so, and maybe that's not the answer for everybody, every person, but I feel like it's the answer for this person. Yeah. Buy yourself a house. If you want one, get it.
All right. We're going to do one last one. Then we're going to sign off. Patty B says, my friend Sue Shea has medication resistant depression. Can you clear her dark energy?
Well, I see a lot of different medications that maybe she was on for a while. And many times when people are on a medication, they'll take a medication to help with the illness that the medication caused. Maybe that's what she's talking about, but I see a lot of different things, and I'm just clearing her energy. However, I can't clear the medications out of her physical body. And so sometimes medications do react negatively. And so you have to respond accordingly. And so, but there, I just cleared her off. She does look a whole lot better. I think that she's going through a depression, and she gets seasonal depression, wherever she is. And so I think it's really important that she goes outside. So if she goes outside and walks around a little bit, that's going to help her. That's silly. That's silly answer, but it's what I see.
Thank you so much, Gary. It was really cool I'm sure that we got to introduce you to some new people. So, and people, you can always get a hold of Gary. He's the nicest guy in the whole world.
Thank you.
He'll take care of you. I couldn't believe that you offer so many things to people, like your free Zoom, and it's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to. I just love people. And I've been very lucky to have the people in my life that I have. And obviously, you're very lucky to have the people in your life that you have, because your audience is fantastic. I love them.
Yeah,
Thank
you were
you.
great.
Great vibes. And you guys are great. I can't tell you how much I appreciate being on your show. Please have me on again.
We would love to have you on again, Gary. Yep, we'll definitely do that.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
And with that, thank you so much for the overtime, Gary. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
And I think things went pretty damn smooth.
I think they did. And my dog thanks you too. All right.
All right.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
All right. Take care. We love everybody. All right.
Take
bye.
care, Gary.
Bye.
Appreciate you.
Call you up in the middle of the night, been bothered by dreams, ain't feeling alright. You give me comfort, say just give it some time. By the end of our talk, I'm feeling just fine. You and I will always know where we belong. This ain't no ordinary love we got going on. I'll pick you up in my 59 Ford. We head on down the road until we get bored. Just you and me and the sun and the wind. If the rain should stop falling, we'll head on home again. Everybody else can see where we belong. Oh, ain't no ordinary love we got going on. At the end of the world, together forever is one, and I'll wait if ever you should be